Aloha and welcome to Exploring Aerial Yoga. My name is Patrick Faris and I am coming to you from the Air House of Aerial Arts Hawaii in Hilo, Hawaii. Today we are going to talk about Baddha Konasana. This is such a fun pose. We're also going to be doing Sputa Baddha Konasana. Baddha Konasana is bound angle pose and Sputa reclined, although we are not going to be reclined because we are going to be in the fabric, but it is the exact same position, and when you see it, you'll understand why. This is going to be an inversion, so I would highly recommend, if you have, of course, any concerns working within your capacity, a crash pad, as well as a spot. I've got some off-camera spots right now just in case. Always good to have around. Always work within your capacity. If you have any health concerns, please make sure that you're talking with a primary care provider or a physician. That said, yoga, I hope, is always a part of your everyday life, as it is mine. And aerial yoga is definitely, it's an excuse to just have fun with your yoga. So I'm going to be working on a fabric today by Uplift, and this fabric is definitely a lot more stretchy, so always know the give of your fabric. This is where it is tight. You can see the fabric's in a pole. It's up at my chest, but I'm going to push down because we want to make sure that the tightest form of our fabric is going to be at about hip height. This is kind of our general height to always start with. You can see my toes are on the ground. And as we work into this form, we're going to just be about an arm's length behind the fabric. This is always a good position when we're going to be giving weight in, because we can always go closer, but sometimes when we swing backwards, it's a little harder. So just an arm's length away is great. Opening up that fabric. If you ever want to make the fabric a little tighter into a hole, you can always just twist that fabric over a little bit. You can see how it naturally wants to stay open. So with this in mind, I'm going to keep one hand into that fabric, and I'm going to lift my other leg up. So whichever leg is grounded, opposite leg is going to come up, making sure that you are working within your capacity here. If you need to lower that fabric, you can. Just be aware of inversions. We're going to reach a little bit higher here as we pull those shoulders back. And now as I lift off, so that I'm not swinging here too much, I'm going to use my foot on the ground, and I'm just going to find that center of gravity with toe touches. After I found that nice center of gravity, I'm going to keep my arms nice, high, and tight. You can, of course, have them closer, but you're going to get a lot more shake here. This is just a lot less effort to have them high up. We're going to push that foot out, make room for our other foot, and our heels are going to connect first. Heels coming together, and then pad of that big toe, followed by pinky side of our big toe. Toes come together. As those toes gently come together, you can see that you're in a nice form. Now, because my arms are up, of course, I can just slide that arm through. You can imagine if my arm is a little lower, I'm going to struggle in trying to get that arm through. So having that arm a little higher is nice. Grabbing your fabric as you swim both arms through is also great, so that you don't fall forward prematurely here. As we are here, you can see I'm already in that open form of bound ankle. That angle is, of course, at the ankle. So as we sit down here, the feet are going to push away. Shoulders might want to slide forward. Keep those shoulders back so that the hands can come down to the knees. Maybe one hand at a time, other hand. And then you can see how as I'm pushing out, I can sit down a lot more. My shoulders want to move forward, but this is going to be very active, keeping that nice open form. You can stay here and just float and meditate, which feels very beautiful. Find your breath. Or if you want to go deeper here into our Sputa Baddha Konasana, because we are going to be essentially in one solid line, we're actually going to go up here. So I'm going to push my feet down, I'm going to push my pelvic forward, and I'm going to push my chest up and open. 1, 2, 3 on an in-breath, here we go. And you can see how this rises up here. So this is very different. I still, again, am active against the fabric. Breathing here wherever you want. And then, of course, if you want to invert, 2 options for inverting. One, grabbing the fabric down by your hips. Once you have that fabric down by your hips, you can walk yourself down very gently into an inversion here of bound angle. So this bound angle upside down here is really lovely. You can just hang out here, breathe. If you want to, you can take the hands up behind you, clasping a mudra if you'd like. Just taking that nice active form, dropping the arms away from you. Nice deep breath. And again, as we come up, we're not going to be sitting up because that's going to be really hard. Instead, we're going to grab the fabric and we're going to very gently walk up. Chin to chest is a normal feeling for wanting to sit up. However, we want to keep all of this open. So our feet are going to go back, chin is going to come up, and that's going to redistribute the weight. So from here, again, if you want to invert without the hands, it is a little bit more active. Be aware and make sure that if this again is within your capacity, you just drop forward. Maybe from here you keep the arms together, a lot more active. Be loose when you fall. Do not be rigid. Make sure that you keep that nice form. If you're near the floor, of course you can work on twists. There's so many fun variations that you can have here. So again, when we set up, just giving you that nice feel, feet go back, chin goes up. So we're almost going into Salabhasana pose here, our locust pose. And this is a really nice prep. Of course, you can keep on walking up, but if your chin is tucked, it's going to be hard. So push the feet back, chin come up, and then you're back where you started. Hands again coming up higher are a lot easier to slide through the fabric versus if the hands are chest high. So this is a lot more struggle to get through. Sliding back through, very gently coming down, finding the floor. And because this was an inversion, I always recommend ragdoll, whether fabric over chest or whether in backpack, for just a couple of breaths. Whenever that head comes up to the heart, especially if you're talking as much as I am, you do get a little bit lightheaded. So just breathe, find your good homeostasis, breathe back up, and just be grateful for all the amazing things your body can do. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Appreciate your time. Mahalo. Namaste.